What's up, Neil? Oh, hey, Cal. For a second, you probably didn't know where the F we were.
Yeah, he's like, man, are we really at Pine Knob? I'm sorry.
Yes, here we are. We are actually at the opening night of Pine Knob. First time I've ever been the opener.
Yeah, same here.
So usually it used to be Eddie Money was always the opener.
That's probably why we weren't here. Nothing against Eddie
No,
Money.
but I mean, well, our first RIP, Eddie Money passed, so now here we are with SESSANTA. So this is what, our second Tailgate episode.
Now, is it SESSANTA or SESSANTA?
I don't know, I say SESSANTA.
Santa Claus. I don't like SESSANTA.
So, but yeah, here we are. It's about 2.5 hours before showtime.
Yep.
And people are starting to roll in. We actually got a couple of guys I think are ready to join us. We got Cullen and Parker that are going to join us. Guys, come here, have a seat.
Come on in, fellas.
Put the headphones on.
Move in, obviously.
Yeah, squeeze in there.
What up?
What's up?
How's it going, man?
Hello. Man, we just drove 5 hours to come down here and see Maynard. Giant Maynard fan.
That's awesome. So where'd you guys drive in from?
Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan.
Holy
up
shit.
in the
So
Upper
that's UP?
Peninsula.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you are Cullen and Parker. Yep. All right, so man, that's a hike.
Yes. No, we weren't gonna miss it though.
Yeah.
I was so butthurt when Tool came on tour last summer and they didn't come to Michigan.
I know.
That was a shot to the heart. So
I haven't seen Tool since like '94, I think. And it's another one of those where you say, oh, they always tour, you can catch them, right? But we were just talking, like, Maynard 60, like, that's the whole point of this concert, right? So we have Primus, Perfect Circle, Pussifer, and, I mean, as all these people that we've loved listening to get older, go see them when you get a chance, because you never know.
that's exactly what I was telling him, and this is my little brother, so when...
Oh, really? You guys are brothers? Oh, no shit, man.
Yes, sir.
So what, you say 24?
He's my big little brother. I know he's bigger than me, but I'm the older one here.
Me and my brother always used to go to shows. He was actually one of our first guests on Two Dudes. But that's awesome you guys go to shows together.
Well, he's bailed on me a couple times. He was supposed to take me to the Slipknot one that was about 2 winters ago now, but well, we don't get to come around that often because it's so far away.
Right.
Where we live, we just got a little casino in town, so it's nothing major. We don't see any real events like this.
Does anything ever come to your area, like concerts? I mean, nothing big, I'm sure.
I've seen Aaron Lewis a bunch.
Okay.
That's cool.
Okay.
All right.
I've seen Stain a couple times. Oh, yeah, Stain. Cedar came through. That was sweet. You know,
Okay.
but
Like in Sault Ste.
in Sault Ste. Marie, yep, right at that casino there.
Oh, nice.
at the Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan.
Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yes. There's the Canadian side.
Not to be confused with the
We love our Canadian fans and supporters, but
Although we
got the
probably sound
Michigan.
Canadian as hell, though, I do imagine.
no, not bad. I would have never guessed you guys are from up there. So you said huge Maynard fan. What other shows you guys been to then? It seems like you at least try to get
I've been to a
shows.
lot. I've been to like Green Day, like you said, Slipknot. I've seen like just a bunch of smaller bands. I actually play in a band myself.
No shit. What do you play?
I'm a bassist. We're called Tarnish. We're like 80s hair metal.
Okay.
Yeah, we do a lot of stuff. We just recorded with Matt Dalton in Rochester. He's like Corey Taylor's drum tech.
Okay.
And yeah, we did a bunch of cool stuff. Like, Greta Van Fleet recorded there. MGK has been there. He's
Nice.
a bunch of artists and stuff. With different genres.
We always love our bassist on Tuesdays.
100%, dude. Well, so you got to be a huge Claypool fan then. Right?
I'm a fan of all different music, all different kinds, man. Like,
Well, less Claypool on the bass, so you can't be.
Oh,
we
I had
did a lot of Motley Crue, like
Okay.
type of, like Great White, just a lot of that stuff.
What are some of the bass players that you kind of look up to, or kind of really?
Well, that's the funny thing. He started off as a guitar player, but the guitar player in the band, he shreds.
Oh, yeah?
He can hit a lick. So that's what Parker was like. I just want to be in the band. You know what I mean? So he's like, whatever I can do. He learned how to play the bass.
Nice. Okay.
They gave him a bass. He learned how to play it fluently enough to play up front of stage within like 3 weeks. So
That's awesome. That's cool, man.
I made him listen to a bunch of Primus on the way down here too. So
There you go. Okay.
just to get in the spirit.
Yeah, for sure.
If anyone's interested too, I also do acoustic stuff. It's Parker Talentino's music page. If you want to give it a follow.
Oh yeah, just give yourself a plug there.
Absolutely. 100%.
That's what we were for. Say it.
Parker Talentino's music page.
There we go.
Yeah, and we'll make sure we blast it out on our socials too.
Yeah,
man.
we have like 20 listeners.
Yeah, we got like tens of followers now.
We do always joke about that, but our followers.
No, actually, so we started last April, so we've been doing it just a little over a year now, and like I said, we talk with people that we know for 30 years about shows. We talk to people we just met like you guys, and I mean, music is what connects us all, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah,
I love what you guys are doing. It's awesome.
We did our first live show. I don't know if you guys know. We did our first live show. Was it about a year ago? Or
It was in September for the Pumpkin Show.
Pumpkin Show. Did the same thing. Yeah, we did over there, and got a good response from it, and said, let's do it again.
Yeah, actually got planning on doing 3 this year, so at least so far. We got this one,
And this is the first one of the year?
This is the first one of the year, second one overall, and then we're gonna do we're going to Comerica for Pumpkins and Green Day, so we're planning a new one there. That'll be cool.
We were talking about that on the way down here for a minute because he said he wanted to go see Green Day again.
I've never seen them.
I seen Fall Out Boy here. I think it was it was sometime in July. I think last summer. But dude, I was just here. Like I forgot to bring a little chair, so I was stuck in the field. And it's like starting to get rated now, dude. I was in the mud laying there.
Yeah, it can get pretty nasty up there.
It's the spirit. It's rock and roll, man.
Yeah. How often do you guys been to this venue?
I seen Rob Zombie and Marilyn Manson here. I've seen the Black Keys. And I feel like I was here again, but maybe not. I think this is my 3rd time here.
Rob Zombie's coming again this summer.
Is he coming back?
Yeah, and Ministry's opening up.
He put on a hell of a show. He got out like on this 12-foot animatronic thing and was clomping around on the stage. And well, it's really funny. I was I don't know who's listening, but I was underage when I came here with my dad, and he snuck me a few beers. And he ended up hammered in the lawn. I got a funny picture of him laying out there flat, but I kept my composure because I was like, all right, some woman's got to be the adult here. I went down, but I got a little crazy. I went down snuck past the guys over the little rail, got in the mosh pit area, but it was awesome. I got to see that right up front and close.
Awesome.
And,
it's not like being up close.
No, it was a good time. I've had nothing but good times every time.
Oh, it's the best. And this is the opening night. So first show of the season.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah. And I mean, May 2nd, you never know. It could be a shit weather. But we really lucked out, man.
We got a really mild winter as far as weather goes up in Michigan.
We'll get our ass kicked this summer, though. You know that.
Not by bad weather, by fucking hot weather.
So so have you looked anything about this tour and what it's all about, you guys?
Just the fact that he just turned 60, April 17th. I know it's just his big so he did it 10 years ago in LA. He did like whatever the 50 whatever the word for 50 is, that goofy ass word. They had a party in LA and they did the same thing with them guys, and I believe it was the same guys, Primus, Pussifer, and Perfect Circle. All had the dudes get together. I think Justin Chancellor was a part of it too, and anyways, yeah, they just had a big jam fest, big party like that.
Only in LA.
It was just in LA, so he was like, let's capitalize on it next.
The whole thing.
Yeah, as you should.
Go all the way around.
Dude,
So it starts at 8, no opener, and it's like all 3 bands on the stage together.
I didn't want to look nothing up. Like, I didn't look up the set list. I didn't want to spoil nothing for myself. But I did see there's 3 drum sets on the stage.
And I did look at the very first set list from like night 1 just to get a feel, because they're saying 3 bands on stage, and it's like
what to expect.
They kind of all play, let's call it 5 or 6 of their own, but they're playing together, and someone might be singing a song they normally don't and stuff like so. And then they got their EPP that they released, where 3 groups did like 3 songs or something. They play all those too, so I mean it should be super awesome. I know nothing about Perfect Circle or Pussifer really, to be honest. Tool obviously, and I know Maynard, so it's like, I mean, of course. And then Primus is like the icing on the cake, right? How do you feel about Primus, you guys?
I'm really excited to see Les Claypool in person.
That's player I'm really excited to see. That's what I was mentioning to my brother over there. That seeing that live, because especially when you see some of your songs, a lot of popular stuff too.
My dad is a big metalhead too. He's been to a few different Ozfests, and he's seen Primus before live too. He said Les Claypool puts on a hell of a show.
So I've seen Primus at Lollapalooza '93. And they were the headliner, and the band right before them was Alice in Chains. So I mean, it was awesome with Wayne Staley, And then
It's a dream show.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And me and John Shack, I think we went to, I think it was Detroit. We saw Primus at like the Fillmore. I mean, just an amazing show, small theater. But then me and Neil actually saw Claypool with Oysterhead.
Oh, okay.
Which is Trey Anastasio from Fish, and then Stuart Copeland, the drummer from the Police.
Another little super group.
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah.
We played in Ann Arbor at the little theater. Oh my God, it was so cool. And you're right, Les Claypool, I mean, hands down, puts on an amazing show.
I'm really looking forward to it. I also seen that they do their version of a Tool song, Animus. So I don't know if that's what they're going to do tonight, but I'll be ecstatic if I see anything like it.
So you mentioned the LA 10 years ago, so I think it was just LA the other night. Tool came out with them.
Danny Carey showed up.
And they played Tool songs. And actually, James Iha showed up.
Oh, really?
From the Pumpkins, and because I never really realized he was one of the original members of Perfect Circle.
Yeah, that's. He was just telling me earlier. I didn't realize he was even a part of the band at all.
Well, I know it's like kind of a revolving group, whatever.
They kind of
he was one of the OGs, and he came out and played some songs or whatever, which is cool.
That's awesome.
Not much footage though, because Maynard doesn't like the photographs.
Yeah, we gotta shut the phones off and everything before we get in there.
You don't have to shut them off. Just don't bring them up, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's not like, because I went to Bill Burr, comedian.
Oh, and they put it in the bag and everything.
Do the bag.
That's what happened. I just went to Dave Chappelle a couple months ago. Yeah, they made us do that.
How was it? Was it funny?
It was amazing.
Bill Burr was funny as fuck.
I can imagine. I would love to.
Did you go see Bill Burr
I seen Dave
the casino?
No, Little Caesars Arena.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it was huge. We ended up with pretty good seats where you could actually see him talking, but I still catch myself looking up at the damn thing.
Well, a lot of his act too, his mannerisms and everything, but that would have been awesome.
We saw Adam Sandler, me and him, before a couple of years ago too, and it was like the same thing. You're like looking back up there.
We were in the nosebleeds though. We were so fucking. We were in the.
What are your seats today?
We're in the lawn. We're just in the lawn. The last time I came here, last two times I came here, both times when I got in a little early, as soon as the gates open, I try and get in there. I was going to try and get some merch, but that line is fucking insane. I can't wait that. But anyways, we get in there, and a couple times they've offered, like, if you want to upgrade your seats, get down in this down there. I said if it's an option, I'll take care of it, But
I never really knew that was a thing. My brother-in-law was telling me he does that all the time. He'll get seats, he'll go up, and sometimes they'll upgrade them, and they might not even charge you.
Yeah,
this show, I'm sure they will. You know what I mean?
This one, I think there is sold out. So probably not as good luck, but
yeah, I think this show is going to be
when I seen the Black Keys, the opening artist did not have it filled up in there, and I think that's what they just wanted it filled up.
So when you saw Black Keys here, was that with Cage the Elephant?
No, it was Band of Horses.
Okay.
And that was my first time ever hearing them before, and I really enjoyed their music. They put on a good show.
I've heard of them. I couldn't tell you one damn thing they sing. I might have heard music. But you know what? For me, I always would just kind of get there before the main act and the party or whatever. But ever since we started doing this, I'm actually going and watching all these openers and shit. Because one, some of them are actually big acts, depending on the shows you're going to. But two, there's a lot of good, young up and comers, or the ones that you're catching right before they're doing their tour. The next big tour or whatever, or their first one.
Every concert I've ever been to, I always get there early because I want to see every piece of the live music I can. Usually, and like I said, where we live, if we're gonna drive all the way down here and just fucking spend $200. I just spent $200 for a round trip to get down here because no one else got in that shuttle, so I had to pay all that. God, that's crazy.
They're gonna reimburse.
It was either that or
maybe
they would have made you wait for like 20 more people to show up, but you just want to get here.
I just wanted to get here. I was like,
what's happening?
Hey, what's up?
So it's two dudes.
So we're a podcast, Two Dudes and Killer Tunes.
Yeah,
thank you.
Get a sticker.
And
thank you.
We talk about live shows, have guests on stuff. If you're interested, we can always kick these guys off, and you want to sit down with us.
All right. Well, we're gonna go see if the merch.
Good luck with that.
We're in a band called True Devil.
Awesome.
True Devil Detroit. So
Oh, nice. Awesome. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, stop by.
True Devil Detroit.
Awesome.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Sweet. So you did, you going to come for the Black Keys when they come again this summer? Or?
I do believe so. After seeing that first time, they put on they play like 20 songs too. They put on a great show. Dan Arbach is a monster.
Absolutely.
He
Absolutely.
fucking shreds. And
I've never seen them live, so it's one of the ones I definitely want to go see.
Well,
now, when they play live, it's not just the two of them, but they bring in other musicians. Right?
yeah. Well, it was really cool. They made a whole deal about it too, because they came out with a Delta Cream album, and that was like it was pretty much just all covers, and they paying homage to a lot of old blues players.
Okay.
And they brought out one of the dudes that he told a little story. He's like, when my first time coming in the city at like 10 years old, watching a guy at the bar, this was him, and he brought him on stage, and he was actually a famous. I wish I knew his name. I'm failing here, but they had a whole set with him alone. They played about 10 songs off that album just with him and playing these old blues licks. It was amazing.
So, since you guys are out in the middle of nowhere, I mean, for all intents and purposes, when it comes to music scene, you guys ever think about like hitting up festivals or something where you're more bang for your buck, a few days? And
I've been to Warped Tour before, and that was fun, but I was a little younger then too,
right.
And honestly, it's kind of a pain in the ass, because you got one act that you really want to see, and then the other act that you really want to see, and then if they're meshing at the same time, you got to make that ultimatum. I don't like that feeling. It gives me an icky feeling in my stomach.
The anxiety sets in.
I know, because I miss
start shaking.
I miss Census Fail, and I'm still upset about it. I was telling my dad, we fucked up. I wanted to see Census Fail so bad.
That, but you're totally right, because I went to the Warped Tour, that was just like one day traveling tour, right?
Yeah, so there'd be like 3 stages going at the same time.
So like Lollapalooza when it first started. Like I used to come here to see Lollapalooza. It was a touring, event, and it was the same thing, And I remember 93 was in Milan, and it was Arrested Development was playing like main stage.
Okay.
Well, on the second stage, which was like a table like this pretty much, was Tool.
No shit.
And then it was like halfway through that Lollapalooza tour, ended up on one of the openers on the main stage. But when they were in Milan, it was just like Tool, and it started out with like 50 people. And you just saw all the Arrested Development people. So they're watching them like come over and catch the last bit of Tool. But you're right. Sometimes you catch that, but like the first Lollapalooza I went to was in '92, which is arguably one of the best lineups. It went Rush, Pearl Jam, Jesus and Mary Chain, Soundgarden, Ministry, Ice Cube, and Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Damn. That is one hell of a line.
I was like 17 and I got fucking wasted.
Oh man.
Passed out on the hill pretty much until Ministry. Like I remember like hearing like bits and pieces of like Pearl Jam and Jesus and Mary Chain. I actually heard like some full songs of Soundgarden. But then, like, Ministry started, I was up. But I want to say that year on the second stage.
Radio stations?
No, we're a podcast.
Just dudes?
Yeah, 2 dudes. Yeah.
But on the second stage of that year, Quarter for Pirates was playing, Perry Farrell's new band or whatever. So, but yeah, that's the risk you take. I am going to Lollapalooza, Chicago for the first time ever this year.
Who's the big lineup there?
So
is it like a 3-day one?
4. So it's Thursday to Sunday, August 1st to 4th. The big ones that I want to see for sure are Tyler the Creator, and Hozier.
Hell yeah.
So they're actually, those two are night 1, and then SZA is one of the headliners. The Killers, which I'm super excited about. I've never seen them. I mean, a lot of people you love or hate, but it's like I really like their music. Never seen them, so I'm pumped for that.
I love just new music in general. I love going. We went and seen a T Grizzly concert because we go all over the map too. We went and seen.
Well, can you guys like go up into Wisconsin then for shows, or is it?
We can, but it's more of a pain in the ass. If anything, I'd rather that drive all the way through the UP
it's long as fuck.
It's long. There's no highway speed, so you're going 60 the whole time. Right. That's speeding.
Bad. I got pulled over on that highway going up to Marquette. My family's from there, and I was going 75, actually on the way home. He pulls me over, and I'm like, you know how fast you're going?
Damn near reckless driving.
She goes, I clocked you at 70. I go, yeah, I was actually going 75.
Well, she appreciated your honesty.
Yeah, she was so nice. She was like, thank you for being honest, and did not give me a ticket. But yeah, it's just
they're way too big.
Going to Wisconsin sucks. Come back down to the Michigan.
Exactly. I'm just a diehard Detroit fan in general. We're gonna go to the Henry Ford Museum tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
And
just gonna ask, are you guys staying in town then, or heading right back?
This is like a vacation for us, seriously. Where we live, it's...
Dude, Henry Ford, I mean...
Not much.
I don't want to sound like a dork, but I'm actually a grandfather. So we went there recently with my grandson and my daughter and son-in-law. And it's awesome. I'm a geek when it comes to like museums and shit like that.
I've never been there, and
no, it's awesome.
I'm a geek about history in general too. I know they got the car that JFK
Take time, geek out. I mean, it's big. There's so much to see. The other thing that I did a while back with my wife was the DIA, the Detroit Institute of Arts. They had
it's right in the same area. So
they had Van Gogh's exhibit, and they had like 65 or something original Van Goghs. Oh my God, it was amazing.
I didn't get the luxury of that, but we went into the Vincent Van Gogh
immersive thing. Yeah.
So it was like the whole room. That was really cool.
My daughter and son-in-law went to that. That was cool, wasn't it?
That was a lot of fun. We made a whole day of that too, and we plan on making a whole day. We're gonna get like the triangle and then get to all access because you know about the Greenfield Village and everything, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I told him, I was like, we could probably spend hours in there. He'll have to pull me out of there.
You really want to geek out, head to Greenfield Village around Christmas time. And they have it all set up and all that. It's pretty cool.
That sounds like it would be really nice.
So I love talking to you guys. I think we have another couple guests coming up. I mean, we could talk to you all night.
Absolutely.
No, it's been great.
Awesome.
Cal?
Nice meeting you guys.
Colin?
Very nice meeting you.
Very nice
Parker,
meeting you.
thanks for coming on, man. I'll tell you what, we're good. I'll end up following your shit when I go back and look. I wouldn't mind staying in touch with you guys. Whenever you come back in town, we might do the same show. But back to Lollapalooza, just real quick, Blink 182 is one of the other headliners.
I sell cars on the side, so
nice.
when I'm not at the Primus show, I sell cars. So
I'll hit you up, dude. But no, so Blink 182 is one of the other headliners.
Oh, hell yeah.
I've never seen them. I'm not a huge fan, but it's like they're iconic, right? You know?
Hell yeah.
And in Chicago, I could stay in a hotel and camp. I'm too old for that shit. All right, man. Thanks for stopping by. Parker, you too, man. Enjoy the show.
Very good to meet you guys.
Yeah, you too.
Very nice to meet you.
Always one of my favorite songs, Neil.
Yep.
This is what sold me on the show right here. Oh wait, where the fuck this guy come from? Hey, what's up, Craig?
Nowhere, man.
What's up, Craig?
How you doing?
How you doing, man?
I do that sometimes. I'm a little loud, but I can sneak up on you too.
So thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me. I don't know what's going on. You guys are in the middle of a parking lot. Let's do this.
Yeah.
So we're a podcast. So we talk about live music. We have guests on. I always tell them that we talk to people we haven't seen in 30 years about shows we went to.
That's
back in the 90s.
That's my favorite.
And then you end up going to new shows, and so this is only our second Tailgate episode, but we plan on doing more, obviously.
I take it, didn't Maynard say tripping through Remember When? Ooh, that's us. Let's trip through Remember When.
Absolutely. So this is opening night of By Knob too, man.
That blew
Couldn't
my
ask for a
mind.
better night.
You really can, man. That's why I got my sleeves out. The sun's out, guns out. No, it's gorgeous, man. That slight breeze. Not
So what is this special vest? You were talking about it earlier.
Everybody's got a battle vest. I'm 41. I was like, I don't know. I could be too old for a battle vest. Yeah, right. Went to Nana, asked her how to sew, and sewed myself a little Pantera vest. And even though it's not a very close to Pantera kind of night, I don't care.
Sweet.
It's its inaugural run.
Yeah. Awesome. So, who are you excited to see tonight?
Primus.
Gotcha.
Being over 300 plus shows, I've seen every band I want to see enough, unless it's Zepp or Pink Floyd. And it wasn't my era.
Right.
Saw Primus one time, and it was in 1998 when I didn't know nothing about nothing.
Do you remember where?
Ozfest 98, right here.
Oh, okay. All right. Nice.
So and I don't think, and there's a 20-year period with a lot of drugs and alcohol that you don't recall every show. I'm pretty certain. My friends say we saw Perfect Circle. I don't believe them. So tonight I'm going to see Perfect Circle for the first time in my mind.
Exactly.
And we'll see Primus for the second time.
There you go. So, Neil, have you seen Primus actually, or? No, so it's the first time for you too.
It's all. Nice. I'm a drummer, man, and he plays that bass so nasty.
I love it.
Yeah, if you don't get like that.
This will be my third time with Primus, but it's been same with you. It was like late '90s, maybe 2000 in Detroit. Yeah, and we did see Oysterhead in 2000 November. That was sweet with Claypool.
Yeah.
Oddside. It's a sweet beer, man.
Yeah, I was going to bring it up anyway, but nice segue. I love it. If you guys don't know, my name is Craig. I'm right in the camera. I've been in craft beer sales for a very long time. I've been lucky enough to work at some major breweries like Founders Brewing Company. Shout out. You're lucky I said something. Dragon means same to you, homeboy. I've always wanted to work at Oddside for multiple reasons. Their marketing is flawless. The can art is beautiful, but the most important thing is what's in that can tastes great 9 times out of 10. We all can't bat 1,000.
No,
you know
Oddside, I forget where they're out of.
We're out of Grand Haven, Michigan. If you want to go hit that beach and go swimming in that beautiful lake, we are right there.
Sweet.
I believe I've been to. There's a little brewery restaurant or two, or no?
Oh, there's all kinds of that going on down there. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's like the hotbed.
It is, yeah, you know.
In that kind of area at Bell.
Because I want to say, I'll give another shout out. I know Oddside over there, and because Grand Rapids has Founders. Grand Rapids has literally all of it. I lived there for 10 years. I was telling him before I got to sell craft beer, and the reason I appreciate selling craft beer, thank you for buying Oddside, is because I was a juvenile corrections officer for 10 years. I know what a real job is, homeboy. Walking into your bar and be like, "What's your name? I'm Craig. I work for Oddside. Try those. Buy one."
Yeah.
That's not a job, dog.
Love it.
Wow, that's crazy. Where at?
Kent County Juvenile Corrections.
Okay.
It was more of not a max security, more of a minus security, which made it kind of fun for me coming from Detroit. Rough and tumble. You all want to fight, we can mix it up. I did. Everybody. If we talk about that profession at all, the one thing that I get right out of the way is everybody's hyped to hear tell me those stories where you saved the kid's life or you jacked the kid up in a closet or something. But it's never the long term, you change their life type shit, which is the reason you did the job. You know what I mean?
Right.
The stories are boring, but they're the reason you did it for $16.50. I always made a joke. I don't know if y'all swear on this podcast, but I'm trying to. All right.
No worries.
So I always used to say to people, nobody wanted to get paid $16.50 to wake up every Monday and call the motherfucker and spit on him.
Yeah.
Nobody does that.
Yeah.
I did it.
No, but like you said, there's a greater purpose.
There is.
For a reason.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Lack of a better, you did your time.
I did. No pun intended, but I dropped that a lot.
You did your time, and you moved on, and dude, it looks like you couldn't be fucking happier in life right now.
You hit the nail on the head because there's also, like I said before, there's a 20-year coke addiction in the mix. You know what I mean? So you come out the other side of that, you make amends with as many people as possible. And I really, as cliche as it sounds, like, what's the meaning of life? It took me to 41 to realize it's just meeting new people, strengthening former bonds, breaking a little bread, and being outside as much as possible. All the other shit, white noise.
You know what? And dropping the baggage.
Yeah,
you got to.
Or accept that when you meet a person, they got baggage too.
Yeah.
Get over yourself.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm saying like the people that are still doing the bad things.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
And you got to focus on the good relationships. And the people that you do make amends with, they're going to accept that. They see you making better for you.
I recently,
but they're also going to hold you to account, and they should. Absolutely.
That's absolutely correct.
That's good, man.
Yeah. Cheers. Shout out to Old Nation.
Yeah, good to see you able to still drink beer.
Responsibly and within reason.
Absolutely.
What I did want to bring up
That's good.
We just had a conversation, maybe a little earlier or whatever. You mentioned the machine shop.
Oh, yeah. This is so cool.
Right?
So over 300 shows. I got all kinds of fun stories, from different concerts. If I recall the stories, this just actually recently happened. So I got hired by Outside Ales. Again, shout out. I love you. I love you so much. I went to the machine shop 2 weeks after.
Bring us a sample, though.
No,
kind of sales, man.
The trunk is right there. The trunk is right there. There are samples. Not quite, because I don't want them to bust them. So I went to the machine shop 2 weeks ago for Cold Orgy. I'm a massive fan of both bands, bigger fan of Cold. Sorry, Orgy, if you're listening to this podcast. And so I sprung for the
still a shout out.
All right. I sprung for the VIP tickets to meet the band.
Okay, cool.
And I just mentioned to Scooter Ward, lead singer of Cold. I want to make a joke like, hey, everything you heard for the last 20 years, you can just slap it right here and we can wrap it up, man. Appreciate you. And then we talked about, me and the band actually got to talking about how I'm realizing a dream of mine. And, and they seemed authentically listening and like they cared, which I took to heart. It was kind of cool. But long story short, he just goes, that guy right over there is Kevin. He's the guy that runs the machine shop. He goes, go tell him to put your beer on. I walked over there. He's like, you been here before? I go, yeah. He goes, you a Michigan beer? He goes, yeah. He goes, you're on next week. But you know how many times you hear that? And you're like, yeah, okay.
Right.
And then I woke up a couple mornings ago and checked my sales. Machine shop done put us on, son.
Nice.
Feather cap.
The only times I've heard, I'll be on your podcast.
Yeah,
you got to keep grinding.
You
can't stop.
Yesterday's your cousin.
Yeah. played that? Scott.
Yeah,
He would play Machine Shop. It was they started. I think it was Crop Circle, and then I think they realized someone else had that, so they then were called the Crop.
The Crop Circle.
No, it was Jim the Crop, the Drop Circle. But,
He was a drummer.
Yeah, he was a drummer. And actually, they had some really good songs. They did some regional tours, stuff down like in Florida and stuff. But then they also used to do Tool nights. And they would do just nothing but Tool.
If you're playing Tool, you better be able to play Tool.
Dude, they could play Tool.
Okay.
Yeah, my cousin was on drums, and
the worst thing you can do is hear Tool and ain't Tool.
He ain't carry or whatever, but I mean, he could play. You know,
you can still play.
Yeah, absolutely.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And they had a good front man.
Right on. Hell yeah.
Damn, what was his name? I forget, but he was a good front man. He did a good job.
Right on.
And they stuck with it for, I mean, well over a decade, but then it's like
Your dad
people.
just did that too.
Well, since
You grow up, move on, you know, you're gonna make, you know, you gotta make choices.
yeah, you do have to make choices. I was in a heavy metal band at Central Michigan, Fire Up Chips. But yeah, dog, like, you know, I was in a metal band called Trench. We weren't going nowhere past Rubbles. That was it. Wrap it up, son. Delivered. Get a job.
So you mentioned, you know, 300 shows. I've probably been,
so many.
I always say over a couple hundred.
I love it, man.
What, do anyone kind of stand out to you?
I was going to send
And
that
then,
your way.
you know, as of one of our, you know, a part of our name is Killer Tunes, like any shows where you just remember a specific song or a cover or something like that. Thinking back over those, then you remember.
There's so many. Like I get teased a lot too by like girls I'll date or my boys. Like I cry, dog. I don't give a crap. And so like music brings me to tears more than anything, man. I just live it.
It's the grand connector. Connects everyone.
I'm trying to think. There was one time I saw, this is just a funny one. There was one time I saw Hatebreed, and I'd seen Hatebreed a ton. And I don't know what it was about. Maybe because I was sober. I'm on the rail, and they came out, and I got so excited, like, you know, your dog takes a piss? I fucking just ran to a trash can and threw up. So there's a funny one for you. I'll give you this one. This is crazy. To this day, I always try to be like, man, that's a top fiver. But you got to break into my top five, which is hard when you've seen Sabbath with Pantera opening Woodstock 99 with 2 documentaries, as we discussed, because I'm the age of a goddamn wizard.
We're going to have to touch on that just for a
we'll get into Woodstock, but Superjoint Ritual with Devil Driver opening is in my top 5. Because sometimes you just hit the stage and you don't. Well,
it's all right though.
Two giant metal bands, Harpo's.
Fuck yeah!
Anytime you walk into Harpo's and walk out, you won, dog. Like. Forget what show you saw.
We used to always go to the Impound and catch
let me see if I can hit a band, you guys. I mean, honestly, that Black Sabbath, Pantera, Deftones show was crazy awesome.
Oh, so that's a big one for people is Deftones.
Deftones. Okay.
People love them. I've never seen them. Never listened to them, but I'm going to Lollapalooza.
Yes.
And they're not one of the main stage, but they're like one of the second build, the very first one. I'm going to see them for sure, no matter what.
Okay, so let me
warn you. Have to see them live.
Okay, well, Deftones are this. You had to have heard this. Deftones are either great or they're not when they're live. Either, and I've seen them 4 times now. Twice they murdered, and twice they sounded horrible. Really? So it's like, that's the sound guy, dog. At that point, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Because you got to get. It's very hard. I figured it out I saw them with Gojira a couple summers ago. Shout out to Gojira. They don't ever miss.
You know, I just heard about them the other day. That's another metal band, right?
Yeah, they're metal as hell. They're Lamb of God Pantera. What I mean by that is they're a machine.
I want to say they're coming with someone this summer, I think.
Gojira's, yeah, I'm already there, dog. It's Gojira and somebody I don't give a shit about. Mastodon, probably. I don't give a fuck about Mastodon. That goddamn Rush metal jam band shit. Come on. Get to the fucking point. Break it down, pit it out, move on.
Metal jam band.
Yeah, that's what they are, dog. And here's the thing, man. Just like beer and different strains of weed, when I sold weed, I give bands multiple chances. Baseball, it's America. 3 strikes, you're out. I see you 3 times and you suck 3 times. They're not even terrible. They're not my cup of tea. I don't care. I just don't care.
I mean, one I will never see again ever in my life is Jack Johnson, unless it's a very small venue. He's an acoustic guitar guy, you know, and whatever.
He wears flip flops,
but he's actually from Hawaii. He's like a surfer and shit, you know. So it's like mellow acoustic
chilling
stuff.
out.
When I saw him at Pine Knob, it was a huge it swallowed him up.
Yeah.
You know, and I was never a huge fan going in. Where I'm like, okay, if I went and saw him at like a 2,000-seat theater, that's what he's geared for. I bet it was a totally different experience. It depends on the venue, like you said, and it depends on sound, and it depends on.
It does.
You know, is it made for like fucking thrashing, or is it more of a laid back?
Yeah,
you know.
Speaking of laid back, I don't know why it's based on this. I'm making this like because of the revelation of being clean and turning 41 and realizing what matters in life. I'm doing a show a month if I can. A couple months ago, I went and saw the Marley Brothers, Damien and Steven.
Yep.
The show was amazing.
Was that at Royal Oak?
Oh no, that was downtown in one of the best venues we have, the Fox Theater, not the Fox Theater, the Fillmore.
Fillmore's the best.
State Theater. State Theater. Check
we
this
just
out,
saw Black Crowes there.
That show was exactly what I wanted. In my head, in my period in my life, I needed a vibey night with a community of people. And if the Marleys couldn't get me there, what the fuck am I doing? Check this out though. Nobody saw this coming. The show opens and there's a big ass dude in the corner with his arms up, bro, like rotator cuffs, waving a Jamaican flag. I have videos of every song. He never stops waving the flag, even when the music stops.
His shoulders are like
pictures. He just all night for 3 hours.
It's like Paul Orndorff.
Shout out to the guy waving the Jamaican flag with the Marleys. Damn.
That's hilarious.
Underrated band, Bush. Every time I've seen Bush, they murder.
These guys right here, they went to incarceration last year.
Oh God, I don't have it in me to do those festivals no more.
Yeah, Pantera was there. Dude, this guy fucked 2 days before he threw his back out, and then but no, Bush was there.
Yeah,
and it's like, I mean, I remember Bush, and I wouldn't turn their songs off, but I was never a huge fan.
Right.
But then it's like every time I turn around and we see these like festivals and shit, it might be like an incarceration,
they lay it down,
or it might be, you know, a different kind of festival.
Yeah.
But they're there and they're still pretty much jammed, dude. And actually, segue into your Woodstock '99.
That's why that's when I was like, Bush.
So Bush was the lead-in to Korn on the opening night of Woodstock '99. And I remember watching the documentary, and we had John and Aaron were both on. They went together. They were like 18.
Yeah, I was 17.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I was 17.
So yeah, you were about 30.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And yeah, so were you there for the whole thing?
The whole thing.
Yeah, so like the whole end, the fire.
Well, you know, I made a joke, but it's not a joke. There was a moment like, and I'm not trying to be tough and be like, look at me, but I grew up in Detroit, right? Devil's Night's a real thing. Fires are for fucking real, man. If you see a fire in the distance bigger than your life, it's bigger than you think. Get the fuck out. So we're sitting there watching the Chili Peppers, and my boy, who's from the country, right, taps me on the shoulder, and he goes, look, I go, we're leaving now. And we left our tent, we left our clothes, we left it all.
Wow,
Right.
smart person.
Yeah. And the other thing, look, let me say something nobody ever says, or maybe I just don't watch the internet enough to hear this shit. Give it up for Limp Bizkit, man. Fuck giving them all that heat. I'm looking at all of you dogs that don't know shit. If you were Limp Bizkit in 1999 and you dropped fucking Nookie, and that album was released in like July, and they're like, you're gonna play the biggest show not of your career, but of the fucking last 100 years, you're gonna go on stage and burn that bitch to the ground.
Yep.
And then the goddamn Chili Peppers come on the next night, and they're like, could you calm the goddamn crowd down? We just gave them all fucking fire and
they
candles.
play Fire by Hendrix?
They play Fire by Hendrix.
Yeah.
It's not their fault. 24 hours ago, Fred Durst was really angsty and mad, and you're all white and pissed off. Fuck Limp Bizkit. Limp Bizkit did their job, homeboy, and I'm gonna go see him right here in Pine Knob.
They did.
That's why they went to incarceration. So that was like
Son, give it
That's
up.
hilarious. But you know, and the thing was, is the tone was set the first night with Korn.
Oh man,
Like they
I
tore
showed that
up.
video
and
to
then all of a sudden, like everyone wakes up the next day and it's just the shittiest, hottest weather, and like nowhere to go.
This is my initial memory. When I think back now, after all the drug abuse and being 41, when I look back, my first memory is this. We get there on Thursday, because we want to have our pick a campsite. And mind you, I'm 17, man. I ain't seen people get blowjobs in public. And just like handing out fucking super drugs in front of you. So we hear music.
So first, you were 17, but the group you went with, who was like, how many were we?
18. There were 5 of us.
And we're all
in the same group. We're in the same group, bro. Yeah. And the shout out to the fact that like we didn't have no cell phones, and I made the fucking comment earlier about how we broke off into teams of 2 on accident, and then we would find each other multiple times. We never were like meet up at the giant fucking dildo balloon at 3 o'clock and we'll fucking re-find each other. It was always just like, I'm gonna go see Collective Soul. Oh shit, what up? Like,
but y'all have kind of the same life, so you're gonna end up seeing each other.
1.2 million people. I find Joel 3 times on a Sunday, dog.
Fuck Joel.
Yeah. It was that shit, man. It's hot. It was hot.
That's
it was
awesome.
just hot.
I'm sure it was hot.
So
You had a blast.
I know it's tough, but if you had to say best show you've ever seen, just something that's first one that comes to mind. Spit it out.
Hold on. Best show I've ever seen. It's still Black Sabbath, Pantera.
That's awesome.
Black Sabbath, Pantera, best show I've ever seen. And then moment that just changed my life. Phil Collins, and then fucking like a year later seeing Genesis.
Nice.
Yeah, shut it down, dog.
Dude, Phil Collins is fucking.
He's my Jesus Christ, homie. Phil Collins is my Jesus.
All right, so Craig,
John was there. It was me.
we obviously have a backlog here. Awesome that you came by and sat with us. I'm really happy for you. I'm glad that you're in a really good place,
appreciate
dude.
it. Thanks for having me on.
It sounds like you've made a journey over the last number of years.
Trying to, baby. Life is a journey and all that dumb stuff.
Just stay positive.
Stay positive.
And just
manifest it.
Get rid of all that negative shit, dude.
It's all baggage.
Most importantly, enjoy the show. Enjoy the show tonight, dude. Have fun.
Let's go, Primus.
All right, dude. All right, man. The hell, dude? You're awfully quiet. Little Lou Reed walking the line tonight, Neil. Still one of my favorite concerts me and you ever went to. By far, St. Andrew's Hall. So, we have a couple new guests. We have Amy over to my right, and we got Bill over there on the outside. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing all right.
So, thanks for joining. We saw you guys hanging out over there as we were talking to Craig for a bit. What the hell's your story? Where are you guys coming from? What are you here to see tonight?
One of my favorite bands of all times is Primus. I am a huge Les Claypool fan. So pretty much, if they're ever in town, me and my brother come.
Okay. So you guys are brother sister?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, anything Les Claypool, we show up, but we also are Tool fans, and so we're here for it all.
Yeah, absolutely. And I said that earlier, like, I know nothing about Perfect Circle and Pussifer, but obviously I'm a huge Tool fan, Maynard fan, and
Right.
it just sounds like such a cool event.
It sounds so amazing.
I mean, so have you guys looked at, like, what's been going on, leading up to this show on some of your
We're going to
cities?
be blown away.
Yeah, for sure.
So I saw a few little clips and things, and it looks just awesome. It's like they just walk up and the entire band is always playing, and they just keep rotating to different songs and they collaborate. And it's supposed to be awesome. The fact that it's Maynard's birthday, it's stuff, it's going to be fun.
So he's from Michigan too, Maynard.
Is he?
If he wasn't born here, I know he's got ties. Like, I actually saw on his Instagram, like back in the holidays, or he was back in Michigan somewhere. I don't even remember where.
Wow.
But
I didn't even know that.
no, and you know what? He's also like a black belt in martial arts.
That I did know.
That I did, yeah.
And I've drinking his wine before.
Oh, really?
So
he's kind of an eccentric guy, right?
Kind of all over the board.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But
I do have a great story about that.
okay.
Let's hear it. So this was, I believe it was the 97 World Tour, or it was Lollapalooza. And Tool was there, and they were, and he came out in like in drag and had like big tits and all kinds of stuff, right? So I'm a little kid at this point, so I'm 10 years old. So one thing I was amazing at is sneaking up to the front.
Amazing.
Or sneaking backstage. I would get backstage all the time.
All the time.
So you are older sister too?
I am the older sister.
So when he was 10 at that show, you were there?
I would have been 17 at that time.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's a big story.
And nowadays this would probably be child abuse.
Right.
My mom would literally we'd get in the doors and she'd be like, all right, see you at the end. Go here.
We would not find him till the end. He would be gone.
And I
Oh, so you wouldn't even be with him. You'd just be flying solo.
Gone.
So I'm backstage with the backstage just hanging out, and it's after the show, and Maynard walks out and he's like signing shit, but he ran out of stuff to sign. I had nothing to sign, so he literally pulled out his fake tip and signed his fake tip and handed me his fake tip.
The 10-year-old kid.
10-year-old kid.
Do you still have the tip?
No, I have the tip.
That might be one of the funniest stories on TV to date.
We have better. He got pulled up on stage by Iggy Pop.
No shit, I love Iggy Pop. I
Literally
guarantee
pulled
he
up-
did not have a shirt on.
Oh yeah, of course.
Did you?
I think you were
He
what,
was like a-
7 by then? 7 years old when you got
7 or
pulled?
8.
Yeah. Pulled up on
Do you
stage
remember the
by Iggy
venue?
Pop. I don't remember.
Background, real quick. you guys grew up here at
Grew
Pine
up.
Knob, so
Grew up at Pine
your
Knob.
parents, instead of going to Disney World and blah, 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 you came to shows.
This is where we came.
That's awesome.
This was our family
That's why
bonding.
they're so young getting
But that's so cool. And
autographs.
Yeah.
No, but that's amazing.
He
I've
snuck
always
down.
taken my kids to the
He's
shows.
always, and so he would. His ploy was how he got down to the front row. What he was, because he was small.
Go and see Mom.
He would look like he was with
Lost.
someone. Like he would look like he
Oh,
looked
here you look.
like he was with some
Tagging with
couple.
them.
Yeah. So he would get down to the front row, and he sat next to Fieldy and
Oh, I love one of those odd sides.
Sorry, I got left their chocolate dark beer.
That's fine. I'll just-
Minty one?
Yeah.
Minty one?
I'll take whatever you got.
Yeah, here too.
Sounds
Chocolate
like
and dark. You're talking my language. He literally was sitting next to Fieldy from Korn because he just snuck down to the front row.
Here's the funny story about that story with Fieldy is I'm sitting here and Fieldy's right in front of me. And we're
we
actually
go.
watching Devo.
Thanks, bro.
But Devo was on stage and they were throwing out the little planter hats to the audience. And so I went to go grab one, and this guy 2 rows in front of us leaps over 2 seats to grab it and lands on it. And again, I'm probably 12 years old at this point, 13 years old. And Fieldy, he kind of landed on Fieldy too. And he's pulls the guy up, yells at him, and then looks at me and goes, "You okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah. I just lost my breath, guys." And he's goes to the guy, he's "Throw this fucker out!" And literally dragged him out. And then Fieldy reaches down with a broken ass hat. He goes, "Nah, I can't give that to you. Come on." And we went backstage, and he let me. And I literally I've got a Polaroid. So I came back, and my sister literally punched me in the face. Because I came back with a Polaroid of me with all of Korn and my arms signed by Korn.
I'm sitting on the hill with my parents like a good daughter, and he's got my fucking favorite band written all over his freaking arms, and he's freaking 10 or 11 years old.
You guys have that Polaroid.
Oh, I was so
Oh
pissed.
yeah, I still have the Polaroid. It's in my
That's awesome.
God, dude.
So do you have a shrine of all your shit from all these encounters? Or?
Some of it. A lot of it didn't, I had a bunch of T-shirts and stuff that years of somehow moves have misplaced and things like that.
Fair enough.
Whatever you got, you
I've
still.
got some cool stuff.
That's cool. I love collecting stuff like that. In our studio for our normal shows and stuff. And I've always loved that type of shit. In fact, they got so many cool posters for this tour. Each band has their own, and for every single city, it's different. And
Primus is always that. Yeah.
yeah, Primus is awesome. So you said that's your number one.
So yeah, Primus is one of my favorite bands, and that's one of their things they always love. He designs a new poster for everything, and that's you have to stand in line hours in advance, now to get one of those.
So
the 100 they'll
do you also go see his offshoots, the Fog Brigade, and did you see Oysterhead?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So me and Neil saw Oysterhead in Ann Arbor in 2000.
You're the first that.
Right. A lot of people are like, who's that?
Sausage, all of them.
Oysterhead was sweet.
Oysterhead,
Oh my God.
Buckethead.
We saw Buckethead with Guns N' Roses at the Palace.
No, this was the one that he did. Was the Bucket and Bernie break.
Bucket and Bernie Breaks,
yeah. I got you. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and that
That guy tears open that fucking guitar.
What do you think I never put a KFC bucket on his fucking head?
But no, Les Claypool is just something special.
Yeah, if he comes here in any facet, we've been there.
And that's the guy, he's just having fun.
Oh, yeah.
And if someone needs a break, he just picks up these other guys, tours with them. They do I want to say the Fog Brigade, they were here a year or two ago, and it was at the Masonic or
I
something.
love the Fog Brigade.
Which would have been sweet, but
Purple Onion is probably one of my favorite.
One of my best. I love Purple Onion.
yeah.
That's one of my favorites. Yeah.
So, what are you guys hoping to hear tonight?
It's telling me it's time for my concert.
You're good. But what are you guys hoping to hear tonight?
I'm just excited for the whole thing. Like the whole collaboration sounds really just amazing. Because like I say, I've seen Primus so many times that this with all these different bands to combine is just going to be intertwined. That's what I'm like.
Incestuous.
But my mind almost is thinking like George Clinton, like the huge collaboration party up on the stage.
Except for not a guy in a diaper.
Well, no diaper, no guy in a diaper.
Killer bass.
Right.
Bootsy.
All right, well, sweet, man.
Yeah.
We're so appreciative of you guys coming.
Absolutely. I'm glad you guys stopped by.
Well, thank you.
Most importantly, enjoy the show.
Absolutely.
Nice to meet you. Bill.
Want to plug anything or anything?
All right. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you so much.
All right. Cool.
Thanks a lot, man.
Do you need a beer, bro? Are you good?
What do you got? Yeah, I'll take one.
Here, you want the side side? There you go. Thanks, Craig.
It's really, really warm. Thanks.
All right, so Neil, here we are. We're still in the fucking parking
Where
lot.
the hell am I?
We're in Pine Knob.
Oh, we're still here.
Actually, this will be a good one to throw on there. So we got two new comers. Actually, one newcomer and one returning guest.
Yeah.
John, this actually qualifies you for a returning guest. John Doran's with us. And Jesse Durst.
How you doing? Hey,
Jesse, what's up? Maybe get a little closer to the mic, bro. There he is.
Oh, hey. Don't be like this. Don't get really close. You have to stand right here.
It's funny because John, obviously, we've been to a ton of shows together. You've been on Two Dudes, but Jesse, we've been to a ton of shows together because you usually go with John a lot of the time.
All the time, yes.
But that's why I played Mumford and Sons on the lead-in because we all were at that one. Me, Emily, and then you and Jesse.
Yeah.
And I know you're a huge fan.
Yeah.
Jesse, are you a huge Mumford and Sons fan? They were pretty sweet.
Yeah, they were good live. That was the one that was at LCA?
And they were set up in the middle.
Yep.
So they kind of played all around, which was kind of nice because you didn't have a bad seat in the house.
Yeah, we were in the upper deck, I think, but we were first row, which was cool.
Actually,
yeah.
And I hate to say it, you can sit.
Yeah.
I went to, me, Emily, Elena, and Moose went to Kane Brown the other night, and we were at like the mezz level, so it wasn't way up, but we were the first row, and I sat the whole effing time.
Yeah.
One, because I'm old, but two, because it's scary as fuck.
Yeah, well.
Because, I mean, like that little glass wall comes up to like mid-thigh.
Yeah, well, LCA especially when you're up there because it's so steep. I hate the upper bowl there, but we were in the front row, so that was okay. But every other time we've had upper deck, we pay to move forward.
Yeah, you're the one that turned me on to that. You can actually get better seats and either pay. Sometimes you might get lucky, and they're like, yeah.
Well, when we went to Tool, they gave them to us for free. We went from upper deck to lower level on the side, like 17 rows back, something like that.
There ain't nothing wrong with side
Yeah.
at Little Caesars. As long as you're not like way over here and you're like equipment.
Yeah.
But the side's actually the way to go.
Yeah, no, it was beautiful.
So since the last time we saw you, or interviewed you, had you on our show, you went and saw Tool?
I think it
might have been before.
It was probably before then. Yeah.
That was at LCA though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I haven't seen Tool in a long time.
Yeah. I've seen them twice more recently, and then once at I think it was at Ozfest or something back in like '98 or something.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So the one thing actually the four of us, including you, Jesse, we got Pearl Jam coming up in August, huh?
Yeah.
So yeah, the four dudes that are on here right now are going to pack up, and we're going to road trip to just outside Indianapolis, I believe. I think it's the Roif Music Center.
That's how you pronounce it?
Oh, you said Ruoff?
Ruoff, yeah.
It must be Ruoff, you know. That's how it's spelled. But we talked to, I think it was Playsick, I think, said it was like Roif or something.
Roif.
But anyway, that was one that was postponed last year. It was supposed to be September 10th. Me and John were cruising down.
Thankfully, we figured it out pretty early in the process.
And I don't know if I fully explained the ticket debacle. So I was in Alabama. Pearl Jam was touring. They never hit Detroit, or haven't in like over a decade. And I saw they were playing like 2 shows in Chicago and then one at Roif in Indiana. But that was the one. I don't want to drive in Chicago.
Yeah.
It's just a pain in the ass. It's the same amount of time. But the one in Indy is was the only outdoor show of the whole tour.
Which is nice.
So I'm in Alabama. I'm texting John because he's not there, and I remember we're all sitting there with your brother and I think your mom and dad, and I'm like, do you want to go? And it was like an obscene amount of money.
Yeah.
He told me.
So I get the tickets. Well, I realize, they always tell you you'll get them like, closer to the concert, and then it's the day before. Well, I realized I got it from this fucking ticket centers, it's called. Well, I never got the fucking tickets, and you're driving to my house on that Sunday, and we're heading down, and I'm like, motherfucker, I don't even know if we're going to have tickets. So I get on Vivid, which I know.
Yeah.
Buy 2 tickets for the price of the one that I paid originally. So I actually got 4 tickets now to this bitch. But I never told you because I was like, I felt stupid. Because I don't know how to buy tickets. So anyway, now I'm $1,000 into these fucking tickets now. So that's why we ended up splitting it out equally amongst us. Because actually me and John were in it to about $350 a piece.
Yeah.
It was insane. But I haven't seen him in 20 years.
Yeah, no, I've never seen him. So
you've never seen him?
No.
No. What about you, Jesse? No, Neil?
I've seen him like 5 times.
Did you really? You saw him?
Pearl Jam?
Yeah. Really? I've only seen him 3, I think.
Like 3 times.
Well, no. I saw him in '92. When I didn't actually see him, I will say I maybe heard a few songs.
Yeah.
I was 17.
I was
and fucking
present.
Wasted.
Present in the location they were playing, but
only time I saw Soundgarden too. But and then I saw them actually in '94. It was the Versus tour. Which that's my favorite album, Versus.
Yeah. What's the other one? 10?
10 was the debut,
good. Yeah.
and then Versus is actually the one I really liked. And that was at Chrysler, and there's a whole group of us. I mean, whole debacle leading up to that thing. But that was amazing. And then I saw him here, probably around 2000. That was that time, Neil, where we went 3 times here and 1 time to Meadowbrook, all within 6 days.
Wow.
Right, and that's where I saw him at least twice.
Yeah, so Pearl Jam, we saw Ben Harper, it was Neil Young, and it was the Doors of the 21st century. It was Ray Manzarek and Robbie Krieger.
Oh, really?
Densmore didn't play on drums, but they had Ian Astbury was the singer.
And
the Cult.
So then they did all Door songs? Mm-hmm. Wow, okay.
I mean, it was cool because you saw 2 originals, and actually Ian Astbury did a great job. Like he did it justice, didn't make it too much his own, but didn't want to be Jim Morrison. Either,
I met Ray Manzarek once when I lived in New York. Yeah, he wrote a book. And I lost it. I had it signed. I don't know what I did with it. I must have lost it in the move back from New York. But I want to say it was like a what if Jim Morrison lived.
Oh, that's
so it was like what what would have been or whatever. And I'm gonna have to look that up. But yeah, he did a book signing at Virgin Megastore, and I worked there at the time. So
well, yeah, John. So there's a book out there.
Yeah, somewhere with his signature in it. Yeah.
Was it actually to you? Like was it?
I want to say he wrote to John. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're talking.
Some guy got it named John, but he's so pissed because he's an HN.
Yeah, right.
No, Ray just got it wrong. I'm at him, I swear.
It was like 23 years ago.
Watch yourself, John.
Oh, yeah, I'm about to get run over here.
Yep.
Car! Come on, you got it. No worry.
You're terrible right now.
Cut the wheel, though.
Yeah, you need to straighten that shit out, Green Bay.
Sparty and Green Bay.
You got it, bro. You're good.
Yeah, you're good.
So
this is what we deal.
You ended up getting Kennedy had those tickets that she ended up selling you guys.
What
Can I get the cooler?
Yeah.
In there, Sparty.
What are you guys excited about tonight?
I think it's gonna be cool to see. I mean, I've read on the poster or whatever that it's going to be all 3 bands playing together, so it'll be interesting to see how that works out.
Yeah, dude, it starts at 8 o'clock, no opener, they're all up there together.
Yeah, I wonder if it's going to be like where they all 3 start and just kind of play, or if it's going to be like, mostly Pussifer with some, a little bit of people helping out.
So I looked after the first show just to get a feel, because I heard, it's going to be all 3 bands on stage, there's no opener. And it looks, and I don't know if it just goes in order like this, but they listed they did 5 Pussifer songs.
Okay.
And then 5 Perfect Circle, 5 Primus. And then, but within those, they're all playing together. And Les Claypool might be singing a Perfect Circle song. Or might sing a Primus song, shit like that.
Okay.
And then, actually, all 3 bands, they actually just released an EP.
Yes.
An actual EPPP. or Primus.
Yeah,
Puppets
yeah,
or
yeah.
Pussyfoot.
That's gonna be the most
And they're
amazing.
gonna play those like 3 songs.
Wow. Okay.
So, I mean, it should be like a super, like, once in a lifetime event, right?
Yeah.
I think that we're gonna be amazed.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good show.
It's gonna be sweet, and I'm happy we have seats because I was kind of worried May 2nd could be a shit day, but I mean we couldn't ask for like a better day and
I'm
night.
glad we have seats. We can
Oh yeah, I haven't had seats in
so
like
close.
damn near 2 decades probably, you know. But it'll be nice. It'll be nice. What
What's up,
you guys
bros?
gonna get merch?
I don't know. Probably not.
No.
Everything's so expensive now at these shows.
I know.
Like,
I mean, we might walk out with a $40 T-shirt, which is cool.
yeah.
You know, you support by going to shows and merch, though, right? That's how they make their money now. They don't make
Yeah.
shit off of streaming.
Smaller bands, I'll usually get at least a shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
but actually the posters are super cool, but it's such a pain in the ass to deal with.
and they're
But it's nice because they do it out here, so you can
Yeah.
buy and bring it out to your car. You're not dealing with it all night. But then the fucking,
Oh, they do. They have them.
But the line was like a mile.
Okay.
You know.
Because like we went and saw Lost Dog Street Band, which is like
How you guys doing?
country band. Their posters were $60,
Maybe after.
which is crazy.
What was the venue?
St. Andrews, such a small venue
So
$60.
actually,
for a poster.
Jesse, John, me, we're going to Cold War Kids at the Majestic
Yes.
in November. We just got those tickets. You should maybe grab one, dude.
I'll probably grab one.
Yeah, Darren's gonna go with us too, but
yeah.
it's general admission. So if you get one,
Oh, Majestic's amazing.
I've never been to the Majestic. I've been to the Magic Stick. I've never been to the Majestic.
So Magic Stick's even smaller.
Yeah.
Because that's like where you walk up the stairs.
It's above the bowling alley.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But so the Majestic's right next door, and that's the one I'll always remember seeing Wilco there, and then Wilco again with like old 97s opening up.
Okay.
And it's like just a floor with a stage, a huge bar in the back, about 1,000 people or so. But now they have something called the crane level.
Yeah, well, they have a thing that it's like a
it's like on the end of a
stand in
crane
back.
or something.
Well, it looks like it's like stairs coming up from each side and then just a platform. I want to say it was like an extra like $30 a ticket or something we could have.
Looks cool to be up there.
Yeah.
You know what I realized about Royal Oak? Because we went to Portugal and Man, right?
Okay.
You went with us, right?
No.
No?
No,
Oh, I
no.
thought you did. So, one, that show was sweet, but it was sold out.
Yeah.
Well, Royal Oak,
Yeah.
I always
I know what
thought,
you're gonna say.
you know, you have the main floor general admission, and then upstairs they have seats in Royal Oak, right? You've been there.
I've never been upstairs.
Well, I hadn't either. So, Portugal and Man, I mean, there's 7 of us together that went. We're on the main floor, and I mean, it is just awful. Just packed. It's
Yeah.
sold out. So then me and Shaq went to Ministry at Royal Oak.
Okay.
Which was awesome. Oh my God. Hal Jorgensen still kills it at 65. But anyway,
At 65.
he's getting merch, so I'm like, I'm going to go try to find a spot. So I'm like thinking I'm sneaking up the stairs. When you go upstairs at Royal Oak, there's actually only 4 rows of seats.
Okay.
And then there's a whole section up there where it's just general admission standing.
Okay. Yeah.
So like you could totally get there like early, get right on the rail.
Yep.
I mean, I'm like, holy shit, rather than dealing with the main floor and
Yeah,
just
Royal.
tall people and
Yeah.
bodies and BO and shit like that.
Fuck that BO. And
What else? So we are going to Avett Brothers. Is that just me and you?
Yep. That's
Yeah,
just the
that'll
two
be
of
a
us.
sweet show.
Yep.
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Save it, brothers.
Masonic.
I know when.
It's August. That's that crazy. It's because in August we have Avett Brothers. Me and Kennedy are going to see King Gizzard
What's up,
and the
bros?
Wizard.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Pearl Jam. A week after that is Smashing Pumpkins and Green Day. It's going to be a busy August leading into September. Well, and then we're going to Lollapalooza, me and Emily.
Oh,
You know
she's
that?
going with you?
Uh-huh.
I saw that you were going.
Yeah.
By yourself.
So, what's that?
I thought you were going by yourself.
Well, I always invite Emily everywhere. Like, do you want to go to this concert? And I mean, if she really likes the band, she'll go.
She'll
If
go,
not,
yeah.
she's not, and I appreciate that. I would rather go by myself than have her tag along.
Yeah.
Right. And she gets it, so I asked her about Lollapalooza. And she's like, well, how long is that? I go, it's Thursday to Sunday. We leave early, butt crack of dawn Thursday morning.
Yeah.
We stay in a hotel. There's no camping.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's in Grant Park. And she's like, yeah, I think that'll be fun. So I was saying earlier, the headliners, like the first night, are Tyler, the Creator, which I want to see again. I saw him at Little Caesars, and Hozier.
Okay.
And I've always wanted to see Hozier. I can't see him when he plays Pine Knob because Avery's graduating that night.
Okay.
So I'm like, that's awesome. She's like, well, who's the second night? And I'm like, it's SZA and someone else. She's like, well, maybe we can go shopping that day. I'm like, well, I'm sorry, babe, but I'm gonna tell you right now, this ain't no shopping trip.
Yeah.
Like, this is 4 days of like 12 hours pretty much of, like, I'm gonna be hammering all these people, like trying to set up like interviews and shit, trying to, do something here, like.
You don't go to Lollapalooza to go shopping around the area.
I think she might be starting to second guess a little, but I also understand I can't be like I'm by myself.
Yeah.
Like running around like crazy, a kid, when I'm, seeing Disney World for the first time either. So it's a give and take. We'll figure it out. But I'm also excited. The Killers, I've never seen them. And then Blink 182.
Okay, yeah.
So
the Abbott Brothers is August 21st.
Yeah, and then 2 days later is King Gizzard down at Urethra. The Urethra Franklin Theater down in Detroit.
The old Urethra. The old Shane Perk.
And then actually in September, I'm going to see PJ Harvey.
Wednesday.
I'm going to see her by myself actually at Masonic. So, Jesse, Jesus Christ, would you shut the hell up down there, man?
Tell you, I don't got a lot to say.
Jesse. What other shows you got coming up, bro?
That's it, man. Just the one with you and
the two with it? Cold War Kids and then Pearl. I'm so excited about Pearl Jam. So me and Neil see him. You guys never seen him. That'll be sweet.
Yeah.
That was kind of in your wheelhouse back then a little bit. You could have seen him.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Natalie.
Yeah. All right.
All right, bros.
All right, you guys ready to get in there?
Yeah, I think it's almost the time, dude.
Thanks, Jesse.
Yeah.
Thanks,
So, John,
absolutely.
awesome
Thank
having
you.
you on again.
Yes, sir.
Jesse,
Appreciate it.
awesome being on. Enjoy the show, dude.
Yeah.
Two Dudes, make sure you check out all our socials, YouTube,
Two Dudes and
Instagram, Facebook, all that shit. We're just fucking killing it left and right.
That's all we do is kill
That's all we do. Kill it. Kicking ass in Clarkston. That is what we've been doing all day, and we're going to continue as we watch SESSANTA, which is going to be a once-in-a-lifetime spectacle. So, thanks everyone for listening. We'll check you out later.
Let's go, two dudes.
Two dudes. What's up? So, hey, Neil, this is going to be, I think, our last guest before we actually head into SESSANTA, which is obviously Primus, Pussifer, Perfect Circle, Maynard's 60th birthday, and the way we're going to end it is with our now third-time guest.
Gosh. Wow.
And our third two-time guest.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
Nathan,
two-time
right?
guest.
So
yeah.
we have John, obviously, and then Nathan two-time, and then we just had John on two times. So.
It's been amazing.
You're amazing, Neil.
I'm super excited about the show. We've been talking about this bitch for like 6 months, dude. And it just seems like I go to more and more shows with you. We just hit
That's great. I love that you did this so we could reconnect and
100%.
hang out.
100%.
See, Neil, let's go. I got your cooler in my car.
Well, I'll never forget the first time, Shaq, you were on, and like when we were piecing together how many shows we actually went to.
It was foggy. It was foggy.
Yeah, we're still piecing some of that shit together.
Yeah.
But and here we are, kind of reconnecting. Probably 20 years later.
At least,
going to shows,
for
right?
sure. It's great.
And it's awesome. And now we got Nathan hooked in.
Yes, you did.
What do you guys?
First timer at Pine Knob, by the way.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. That's awesome. It is. It's such a cool venue.
Yeah, he's excited.
Yeah.
I think you'll really love it when you.
I'm happy we have seats.
I'm glad you forced me to buy seats because I don't think I've bought seats one time here.
You didn't know about the weather.
Yeah,
we're opening,
May 2nd.
We're opening night Pine Knob. I've
It's
never
awesome.
been opening night.
Opening night, SESSANTA, Nathan's first time. This is
It's a show to see it like.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I mean, very good chance you're not going to see something like this again with
No.
the same group of
Oh,
bands.
definitely
There's,
not.
what,
Definitely.
70?
Yeah.
And with the same group of people.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I don't know
Well, you
about that,
never know.
Neil.
You never know,
Well,
bro.
We might go to a show next week. Who knows?
You never know.
Limp Bizkit.
What shows do you got coming?
We got a lot coming up. Yeah, we got actually I got a little bit of a break. Limp Bizkit's coming up.
Nice.
Then we're going to Five Finger Death Punch because Nathan wants to see Slaughter to Prevail. They're the opener that night.
Where's that at?
It's here.
Oh, cool.
I ended up buying 311 tickets.
And Limp Bizkit's here.
Limp Bizkit's here.
311 here.
311's at Freedom Hill.
Oh, that's cool.
So
I've
they
never
kind
been
of
there.
killed two birds with one stone. I haven't seen 311 was. I saw them the first time before anybody knew what they were, like back in the
they
early
have a
90s.
huge Grateful Dead like following.
Yes,
People
they're
love
awesome.
them.
I love them. I love them.
That's awesome.
So excited for that one.
And are you guys going?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not missing that for anything.
And this guy's going to Zach Bryan, right?
That's
When
okay.
I'm going to be in Las Vegas with Genevieve, so
That's at Ford Field. So.
I'm disappointed I'm missing that one, but I bought him tickets, so.
Yeah, and
Who's Zach Bryan?
Country.
Country. But you know what? I mean, Ford Field, you just got to accept what it is. It's a huge venue. I mean, depending on where you're at.
We bought main floor seats, so he's got really. He's general admission, I think, so he'll be all right.
And I'm not making.
And you know
fun
what?
of it,
We saw Guns N' Roses, and I mean, the sound in Ford Field's pretty good for a 60-something thousand seat stadium.
Yeah.
So
We're gonna get there early and see the opener. Try and get like front
Get up
row,
close.
Barrier. We're gonna
Get
try
us
and get like
close.
barrier.
Right on.
Get there.
fuck, we almost did that at Port Over Pyros, man.
We were
Fuck,
close.
we were so close. One person.
Hey, man, I was at Cypress Hill last week.
Oh yeah, how was it?
Awesome. It was
It
so much
looked
fun.
awesome.
It
I
was-
wanted to go so bad.
I was
but
trying to get you to go.
Dude, I've been sick as a dog for
Oh,
a week.
okay.
And I remember thinking that night, I was like laying on the couch. I think I fell asleep like 8:30.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, because even Emily, like the day before, she's like, well, why don't you go?
Yeah, right?
And I'm like, I don't know if I physically can. I just felt awful. Just,
It was awesome, man. Far
It was
Side
a
opened.
Fillmore.
Yeah, and the Fillmore is great. You know how that is.
Keep some pass.
We decided we were going to stay back a little bit intentionally because,
You know what? We did that
I didn't
with
want to
Black
get
Crows.
a little contact high, so
We stayed by the bar.
that's what we did.
Yeah,
Yep,
and-
we were the first section up, right by the rail. Up by the rail,
Yeah.
It was great though.
Worked out. Yeah, so that's awesome. The set looks sweet with like the big head and it was.
Well, they didn't have it up there originally, and then after like the fourth song, they blew it up and played "Stoned Is the Way of the Walk," and like it was awesome, man.
That's
like
awesome.
it was
You
so
and
much
Charlie
fun.
went, right?
Yeah, yeah, it was great.
Those videos
Charlie was on
that
the
you
first Tailgate episode.
I
Smashing-
know.
Oh, you
I
weren't
tried to
here.
get Charlie to.
You weren't
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that was when
right.
you had your back problem.
Yeah, I threw out my
I
back
remember
for
Cal
Smashing Pumpkins.
texted me, he's like, "Oh, are you coming?" I'm like, "Oh, my dad's not going." So I can't
Yeah.
go."
Yeah.
I should have.
I'm still debating getting those Smashing Pumpkins Green Day
Yeah.
tickets.
You got to.
That'd be sweet.
I think I just gotta buy, even if it's shitty seats at this point.
Absolutely.
Like, I just
Place's
want to go.
going too.
Yeah,
Is that at Comerica?
yeah.
That was.
I'm not
Chili
excited
Peppers
about
were-
Comerica, but you know what? I
Don't
paid
do
a
it.
shit ton for like what I think will be decent seats.
Yeah, yeah.
It almost looks like where you
Comerica,
had
don't
with
do
Chili Peppers, maybe like around to the side.
Our
maybe
seats weren't
closer.
great, but we spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know, like
It was fun.
And, well, and Kennedy and
we had
Avery,
such-
just me,
so much
Kennedy
fun.
and Avery right now. And I told I can't
Peppers
buy
good?
that shit.
No.
Those fuckers are like $225.
oh, it's ridiculous. Yeah,
But I want to be close. I love the Pumpkins. Never seen Green Day.
yeah.
And I mean,
I love Green Day.
and that was and they're playing Dookie and American Idiot
I know.
in full.
That's
I'm
the
like,
thing that's hooking me. I'm
my
like,
Green Day.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, the '94 to call it,
It's going to be good. I don't
Whatever.
think it'll be that good.
No, it'll be.
It's still Green Day though. It's
It'll
like-
be a great
Right.
experience. We're gonna do the same shit we did here. I'm gonna try to park where we did for Porno for Pyros.
oh yeah, okay.
Fuck yeah, I want to be right in that spot.
Oh,
where
wow.
a bunch of action.
Yeah, that's a good
And,
spot. You got to get there early.
You gotta
know?
get there like 2:00. Like
I know.
early.
Be
That'd
crazy.
fun.
Chili Peppers, we parked like
Chili Peppers, they parked like.
But you know what? That's
we
an
walked.
early show anyway, because you have Linda Linda's, Rancid, Pumpkins,
Yes.
and Green Day.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's
Yeah.
a 4-band. That is almost festival.
That was when we saw Thundercat and the Strokes too.
And it's all on the same stage,
They were-
so it's not like you just split it up.
right.
Sick.
Yeah, the Strokes were cool. We saw the Strokes.
Strokes,
I've been
yeah,
a-
they opened for Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
I've been a
that was
Strokes
cool.
I like the
fan
Strokes.
forever. They were really good.
Strokes are pretty sweet.
Their front man was all fucked up. It was really good.
Nah, it was a good time.
It was cool. And
So I always thought they
Thundercat's
were like a British band.
They are.
But they are.
Are they?
But I thought they were like out of New York or something.
I
I
don't know.
think that
Who-
I think the front man is British, but the rest are.
Okay. There's like a
I'm not sure.
documentary about like the dude, like he was like their manager like early on or something.
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
watching it and it's like all like New York centered. But it also could have been maybe they did
Well,
come
they
over
were-
from England. That's where they landed.
Right,
who
right, yeah,
knows,
probably.
The one guy who you like a lot died.
but- So
What's the producer that you like?
Oh, Rick Rubin.
He did one of the Strokes albums.
Oh yeah, Rick
Oh,
Rubin.
I
okay.
think that's what you're talking about.
okay.
I'm not
All
sure
right.
though.
All right. Well, This place is dying down. I mean,
Yeah, it looks like everyone's heading in.
We know it's a strict start time at 8. We know
Yeah,
it's
let's
strict
go.
No photos, so I'm going to do my best to not get thrown out, boys.
Yeah, Nathan swears he's going to record
So
when
I
they
think
play
let's
My
have
Name
to-
is Mud.
And I know they'll say at the end, you can record this one, but, you know, the last thing I'll say about this, I will respect his decision. I don't agree with the decision. Not for people like me, because I ain't just taking video. I take video. My phone is within my body frame. I don't impede. I'm not these.
Right.
No, it's never up here, and it's like the first 30, 45 seconds of like the songs, just to give people a taste. I'm not there to have people be at the concert.
Right.
I'm there to share music. That's so that maybe the next time that band comes, you might go see them because, hey, I watched those videos.
Yeah,
that
they were
dude's
great,
thing.
yeah.
And it was awesome because, you know why? Because we do kick ass and we have awesome content. So go to YouTube, Instagram, fucking Facebook, all that shit. But no, it's awesome you guys were on. Mr. 3-timer, we're going to start getting jackets.
I need a trophy.
I mean, were you guys Saturday Night Live watchers?
Yeah.
Remember that? Like, it was originally the 5-timers, and it was like Steve Martin, and then like the next person would show up was like Baldwin.
I'm sure you can see Shaq's shirt. I love the Primus.
Oh yeah, that is a sweet.
I had to represent Primus tonight. You know,
is that just like a bought off of the line?
Amazon. Yeah.
Nice.
Let's go.
I like that. All right, thanks, bros. We'll see you.
All right.